Hey everybody, Lady Cheryl here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I hope you'll like and learn something in this video and that you will subscribe and turn on the notification button so that you will know when my videos first come out. Hey guys, I am just coming back from Lowe's. I'm on my way home and I'm filming this in the car for two reasons. One, I want to try out this new car tripod. And the other reason is there is a broken water main and there's a detour and I'm crawling by going, you heard that? 3 miles an hour. And I just want to put you on to the fact that you need to check your local Lowe's. They have clearance plants and I bought 2 mums in 2-gallon pots. They came with a lot of blooms on them. I'll show them to you when I get home. But there are also a lot of buds on them. And by them being perennial, and they'll come back, you know, in the spring. I decided to get them. They were half price. I think the original price was about $15 and I paid $7.50, maybe less than that. And then they had 2 other plants that I got for just $2. And I could bring them in the house with my houseplant jungle if I want to. So I'll show them to you when I get home, okay? Testing out my new car tripod. Well, I'm back home and here are those mums that I got. And you can see that they have a lot of blooms still on here to open up. And, you know, it has more blooms than you would normally get on the plant this time of year. So it's going to be dying off. But they're perennial. And whenever you see the slash in there, that lets you know that it was on sale. And like I said, it was $7.50. So I got 2 of them to bring some more color to my yard. Not that I don't have any, because you can see those petunias are showing out back there. And you can see there was a butterfly just flying over here. I got these 2 perennials. They looking like they're in pretty good shape. I'm gonna probably bring these inside my house plant jungle. And I don't know what this one is. I know it's in that Wandering Jew family. It was only $2. $2 for this one, $2 for this one. And I picked up a few more marigolds. You can't have too many of them. I know it's crazy as many that I have planted this year while I'm buying marigolds, but this is the time that those moths come out and they lay those cabbage worm eggs. They'll find a way to get up under your insect protection. If you have any little hole in it or any little gap, they'll get up under there and lay those eggs. So I'm just trying to distract some of them. But the garden is looking pretty good and I'm always, you know, happy to find a sale and to pass that savings on to you. Here are my Mexican petunias and you can see my Texas Red Star Hibiscus has stopped making flowers, but now it's putting on seed pods. I will plant these seed pods inside of a container and let them get stratified when the temperature goes below 32 degrees. And then I will be sure to mark that container so I can get more flowers next year. You see that big okra right there? I'm gonna let that one stay on to go to seed. And I have one on several plants. Well, I'm letting it get bigger and dry out on the plant, and I'll use that for next year. Yesterday, Brian helped me put this big bag of soil in here, this potty mix, and I pulled up all of the pepper plants and harvested them, and I can see I got a sweet potato coming up from here. I'm gonna harvest these sweet potatoes soon, guys, because the vines are dying back. I've got 3 containers. That looked like a nice size one over there, so probably be my next video. I'm not really sure, but my assignment today is to get this half of the bed planted with my seedlings that I grew upstairs in my room. Before I start working on the second extra large elevated raised bed, I want to show you the one that I showed you in the last video is doing very well. The seedlings I can see are getting bigger. Now let's move on to the next bed. I've completed my assignment. I had to call my daughter and ask her to go by Lowe's and pick me up 4 more marigolds because I didn't think I had enough. And she was sweet enough to do that. So I came out here and I planted them. And I'm going to go in real quick because it's about 85 degrees now. But it's not bad, but I've been working long enough. But right here, I want to show you, this is where I planted my Waltham 29 broccoli. Right in here. And over here is where I planted my Georgia collards. All along here. And some over here. And right in here is where I planted my Siberian kale. Now you can see I didn't have good germination rate. So sometimes the old seeds don't work, guys. So I broke down and I bought some more seeds. And I'm going to wait and see how these do. And then in about a couple of days, I'll plant some of those seeds in here. I ordered Georgia collard seeds, Georgia Siberian kale, and spinach, Bloomsdale spinach. Because I think I got enough of the broccoli, and I planted that specifically for my grandbaby Bria. And these seedlings are real small and real young, so I'm hoping that the insects won't prey upon them. After I harvest the cantaloupe, then I can plant the rest of the bed and then cover it with insect netting. I got some of these green onions on sale at Whole Foods. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let my daughter have from here on up. And I'm going to plant the ones that have roots on them in the garden so they could be growing this fall and winter while my crops are growing. That'll deter some insects. I cut the tops off of these and gave them to my daughter. These are the green onions I showed you. And I'm going to plant them all around in here. I'll come back when I got them in. I'm only going to put them down about an inch or two. And then I will water them all in. Okay, guys, I have this bed all done. It's watered in. Looking good. You can see I outline onions everywhere. And I have these two bunches that I'm just going to stick in the ground. If I can get through here, I'm just going to push them down in here. You know, I will plant these later. Let me just stick some in right in here. And they could be rooting. Please don't forget, I am going to cover this bed with insect netting after I plant my seeds. But if I see I've got some insects laying eggs or nibbling on my plants, I will cover it up immediately. But I still have plenty of time to get these cantaloupe over here to ripen. The cantaloupes are getting really big for a dwarf cantaloupe. You can see right there. And there are a lot of little small ones on here. But what I'm probably going to have to do is I'm probably going to have to just let the ones that are big ripen. I still have about 13 to 14 more weeks before we are expecting to get our first freeze. And these cantaloupes don't take that long to get big after they start growing. You can see right here that I had some heat damage when I removed the shade cloths, but all of the new leaves, you can see that they are very vibrant and they don't have any damage. So everything's going to be okay. It's the next day, guys. It is Tuesday, September the 9th, and I'm just coming out to look at my seedlings and making sure that everything is standing up, and it is. So it looks really good. Again, I'm going to wait for a few more days to make sure that I don't get any damage from insects. But remember, I'm going to remove everything out of this bed so I can plant my seeds on the other side of this garden bed. But everything looks good. We're going to have really beautiful weather for the rest of the week. Temperatures are expected to be in the low to mid 90s with very little rain. So this is going to be really good growing weather. I want to say thank you for watching. You know I love you and God loves you too. Bye now.